The grass is always greener on the other side. At least it is if Frank Ferragine is your neighbor. Frankie's here with all the tips on how to have the best lawn on the block. You want that lawn, you know you do. So Frankie, I'm picturing your lawn right now, and I know it's absolute perfection. Am I right?
Well, take a look. It's not bad. You know, there's hardly any weeds. It's nice and green. But there are some problems that I have to fix this year. Each and every year, you don't have the perfect lawn in the beginning. There's always some things that you'll need to do just to make it better and also to maintain it as well, Tracy.
Well, you've got lots of tips for us, and according to me, we don't have any grass because that's how bad we are at growing it. Your lawn's amazing. So what's the first thing we need to think about when it comes to having a top-notch lawn?
So in early spring, first thing you need to think about is if you're walking on that lawn and it feels a little bit spongy underfoot, I would recommend you to stay off, because if it is spongy underfoot, it's wet and you're going to create compaction. Next, if you're walking on that lawn and it feels firm underfoot, I'd really recommend for you to aerate the lawn. Aerating the lawn is where you're pulling little cubes out, little plugs of soil that are out, and with that, that allows moisture and nutrient to go down into the root zone of the lawn itself. So really pay attention to the type of soil you have. If you have a sandy soil underneath, you won't need to aerate that much, but those are first two steps. Next thing you're going to do is, of course, and I've already done it, is you're going to remove debris off the lawn, any matted leaves, anything like that. And then you're going to inspect the lawn for any damage that's happened over the winter, things like snow mold. Maybe you have some tunnels in there from moles and voles, and then we need to repair.
Okay, let's talk about repairing, and let's talk a little bit about viewers who have furry friends that might be doing some damage to the lawns.
Yeah, you know, thankfully I have a male dog, Bentley. He's over there. Come here, come here, come on, come here, little man. Oh, there he is. So this guy here is a male dog, and generally he doesn't leave spots like this, but Bentley had his female friend over, Charlie, and Charlie, when they were hanging out in the lawn, this is what happened. Charlie went to the bathroom. So now we have that burn spot. The reason for that burn spot is due to the acidity of that urine. So what we'll have to do is, first off, we have to rake through and try to get as much as that brown that we can get out of there. It's a little bit wet this morning. You're just going to try to pull that out and get as much as that brown that's out there. And then what you're going to need to do is to treat that with a horticultural lime. That lime will neutralize the acidity. Then you're going to top dress and overseed. There is something that you can get, which is called an Easy Seed Dog Spot Repair. And this has the lime, the mulch, and the seed all down. So all you really need to do is first rake. Next step that you're going to do is just spread that product right there. And then a little bit of water goes over top. It has already the lime in there to neutralize the acidity. It has the grass seed. It has the mulch. And that's how you're going to thicken that area up.
Who knew female dog pee could be so acidic? Okay, so it's good that there's a fix for that, because obviously this is going to be common if you have a female dog. We should talk about fertilizing, right? How does that work with the lawn?
Yeah, you know, when it comes to fertilizing, there's so many products available out there on the market for lawns, and it can be kind of overwhelming. In spring, you're looking for something to green up the lawn. So you're looking for, this is what I've already used this year, which is a 2702. So you're looking for a high first number that's a slow release fertilizer. The main thing about fertilizing a lawn is, number one, look to the back and look at the spreader settings. Really important that you get your setting right. And then number two, when you're filling up your fertilizer spreader or your broadcast spreader, don't do it on the lawn. You always want to fill it up in an area that you could, if it's spelt over, let's say that I was like, oops, what I could do there is I can either sweep that up or just wash it away. If I was to do that on the lawn, that concentration of fertilizer could burn and create another spot and another problem. We're trying to fix problems. We're not trying to create problems.
Okay, that's fair. And what else do we need to be looking on sort of the fertilizing packaging to make sure it's the right thing for our garden and our lawn? Is there anything specific we need to be looking for?
Sometimes what you're going to be looking for is if there's a percentage of filler that's in there. This is a pretty good product that has little to no filler whatsoever. But some of the cheaper fertilizers actually have a percentage of filler. And what that means is just fake fertilizer. So some of the times the pricing you're paying is all based upon what's in the bag itself. Slow release is really important because that gradually releases over time, and that's not going to burn your lawn. If you were to get a quick release fertilizer for the lawn, that'll actually have the chance of burning your lawn. And then the other thing that you got to watch out for in the lawn itself is if you have an issue with grubs. What grubs look like are these guys right here. That's what a grub looks like. It's pretty cute, eh? That's just so cute. That there, if you have in the spring skunks, raccoons, you have mole tunnels, something digging up your lawn, you generally have grubs. The grub control goes on when your soil temperatures are a little bit warmer and you're going to water it in. And then the final reminder too, if you're going to be overseeding your lawn, A reminder that grass seed needs a temperature of 15 degrees, a soil temperature of 15 to 20 degrees to germinate. So don't put it on too early. You want to make sure it's warm enough. And if you want to make sure it's warm enough, all you have to do is the classic bare bum test. Just pull your pants down and then sit on the soil. If it's warm enough for your bum, it'll be warm enough for grass seed to germinate.
Well, go do the bum test.
Just
We're all
make sure
watching.
your neighbor's not watching. Okay. No.
You know what I was going to say is that picture of that grub, I did not think it was cute at all. But answer me this before you go, Frankie. Talk to me about watering.
Yeah.
On a day like today, obviously, like, don't put any water on your lawn. We're getting a ton of rain. We already got some. We're getting some more. How much should you be watering your lawn if we're thinking about water conservation, but you also want the bomb lawn on your street?
Ideally, you want to do 1 inch of water per week. And Mother Nature, if Mother Nature's providing that, you don't need to water. Mother Nature's not providing that. In spring, you don't really have to water your lawn hardly at all. But if Mother Nature's not providing it, just get a margin container, put it in the center of your lawn. So you're just going to get an empty container, put it in the center of the lawn, put your sprinkler on, and then you're going to time it. Once that little container has 1 inch of water in it, when you time it for that period, that's how long you need to water. That's a way that you can measure how long it takes to put that hose on, that sprinkler on, for that 1 inch of water. And that's all you need, 1 inch of water per week.
Okay, good stuff. Try and be conservative with it. So thank you. That's a really good way to gauge it.